Gerald Lucas here with another installment of Ask Gerald, where you get your real estate questions answered. Today's question comes from Philip. Philip writes from Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Philip writes, Gerald, I recently evicted a tenant. The tenant was months behind on rent and they really trashed the property. Should I go after them for my legal and court costs? Well, that's a great question, Philip. First and foremost, you need to find out whether you can legally go after your tenant for court and legal costs. So, landlord-tenant laws vary enormously from place to place. So it's your responsibility in your area or wherever the area where your property is located to find out whether you can legally go after a delinquent tenant for court and legal costs. But assuming that you can legally go after them for those costs, whether you should do it or not, in my view, depends on the cost of going after them versus how much those costs actually are. So if your legal and court costs aren't very high, then it may not really be worth it to go after them for it and to spend the time and money and energy going after them. And by the same token, even if the legal and court costs are high, if the cost to recoup those expenses is very high also, it may also not make sense to, again, spend the time, money, and energy trying to recoup those expenses. Ultimately, in my view, it really boils down to the cost versus the benefit. So thanks for your question, Philip. Good luck. For more real estate information and tips, visit my blog at geraldlucas.com. I'm Gerald Lucas, and I'll see you again soon.